Yo, yo. How goes it? How goes it? Oh, alright. So, I don't know what happened there at the beginning with my, okay, everything is working there. With my intro normally works pretty good. Hey, 4-2, how you doing tonight, man? Everything is in opposition. Alright, cool. Let's get this thing cranked up real quick because it is pretty warm in here. So pre-flight is complete. Seatbelts are fastened. No packs. All avionics is off. Circuit breakers are all in. Landing gear is down. Flaps are up. Cowl flaps are open. Light as required. Fullest tank. And let's get it cranked up. Get some lights going on in here. And prime the pump. Okay. Okay. We have a good start. Let's get some air going on in here. Ah, fresh air. Alright, that feels better. Okay. So today we got a pretty decent flight ahead of us. I have the flight set up so that by tomorrow we'll be able to start hitting the islands. So 4-2, if you are able to, we'll be hitting St. Martin and St. Barton, all that good stuff tomorrow. We're starting off here in the DR, and we're gonna work ourselves all the way over, I think, to San Juan. Hey, Howard, how's it going? So that is the goal. So that'll pretty much set us up there. I might try to, depending on how much time we have tonight. I mean, it's Friday, so I ain't got nothing else going on. I might try to stretch it out to maybe one more. I don't know. I might just leave it there so we can actually. Oh man. Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah, I'm thinking more than likely over the next couple of days we'll see how it goes at the shoot. I might not even see if I get there tonight. I'll probably by Sunday night we'll be done with I'll probably be looking at this, I'll probably try to get to Port of Spain by Sunday. We'll see how it goes though. So so it is an early morning here in the DR. I kind of like starting early in the morning and letting the sun come up. I like looking at the sun. I was chasing some bugs, and I cleared some cache and did all that good stuff. So she don't seem to be too happy right now, but it's to be expected. Anytime you start doing that, things can get kind of funny. But probably over the next couple flights, over the next flight, or maybe even on this one, things will smooth out. But as of now, she looks a little jittery, but we'll make it do what it do. Okay, so I guess we'll go ahead and get this thing rolling, huh? Let me do one thing though that I forgot to do. Let me get that set up real quick for you. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got beacon and nav going. Let's get some taxi lights and brakes are released, and let's get this thing rolling, shall we? Yeah, she's real bad right now. Oh man. I might have to take it off of. That's that frame gen stuff. Ooh, I don't know if I like that too much. We'll ride it out a little bit and see how that goes, but that was kind of rough right there. Yeah, this frame gen is not happy right now. We'll head to the first leg and see how it goes, and if it don't work out too well, then we'll just we'll land there and reset this. Well, not reset the system, but change some settings around. Yeah, because that's bothering me already. Alright, first notch of flaps is coming in. So first leg is a little stretch here. I didn't realize just how big the DR is, but it's actually pretty big. So first stretch is 55 nautical miles, but that's fine. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Y'all see that on the screen? That's some. I don't know if we can deal with this. I don't know about that. That is. Ooh. I'll give it a shot. Alright, let's trim her out. Clear down the runway. Clear final. Yeah, that is bad. I don't like that at all. Jeez. Let's altitude report on VFR. Then it does that. Alright, let's see how it goes. Power set. Airspeed's coming alive. And there's 70. Oh. She is not happy. Not happy at all. Gears coming up. Yeah, we can't. Oh man. Flaps coming up. You can't even. That's not gonna work. Okay. Okay. That's my little man back there, y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear him. Alright, go. Alright. Let's see how this goes here, because that is I don't know what we're gonna do with this one. We'll see how she do on this first leg. If it don't get better, then I'm gonna have to put it on the ground and change some settings. All right, so we will. Let's see. What's the elevation coming through here? Should be somewhat okay. Let's go GPS. Oh, yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. Just when you got everything sorted, things get crazy. I think I'm gonna have to climb up some more. Let's go up to 6. So how everybody Friday go? Well, I mean, I could turn it off. I don't want to do it in the air though, because if things can get funny. I don't know. I might. I'm scared to do it. I know how she can be when you start changing stuff when you're in the air. Let me see. I might try and turn this off. Give me 1 second. Hopefully she don't crap out on me. Let's turn frame gen off. And let's roll with that for now and see how she do. Okay. All right, calm down, calm down, calm down. Okay. Let's see if that's a little better there. Seem to be a little better, so I guess you don't really like frame gen right now with that cleanup. I tell you, you get things set up working right and then things fall apart, but that's all right. We're gonna make it do what it do, cause we keep it G around here. All right, so we are 4,000 for 6,000. Close cow flaps there. So, topic for today. What is holding you back from building your dream flight sim? Is it money? Is it don't have the space for it? You just don't know how to. You don't know where to start. What's stopping? Now, when I say dream sim, I should change it. I might go back and change that in the title. Instead of saying dream sim, I should say what's holding you back from starting your sim build. That's what it should be titled as. Because I know my dream build is definitely on the money side, because what I want is a lot of money. And maybe I'll get it one day eventually, but maybe the wife. Sorry about that, y'all. My son is still up for some odd reason, and I do not know why. Oh man. So probably gonna be some interruptions here and there. But back, let's see what we got on the chat. I apologize. Maybe money or maybe the wife. Well, there's always ways around the financial advisor. You just gotta figure it out. And unfortunately that works different for everybody. Alright, let's lean her out a little bit. $130. Alright, we peaked out at $130. Okay. Well, my dream sim is a full motion GA plane, but that's not happening. Hey, never say never, 4-2. Never say never. Because I never thought that I would actually have this sim. And like I said, it started with a piece of board that I found in my shed in the backyard and a cardboard box. And here we are now, you know. So you could, and here's the thing about a full motion G, and I really feel like it's a lot easier to do a GA motion sim versus a airliner because it's lighter. Now, depending on how you want the motion to go, that can change, you know. Oh, I know you're just messing around, Juan. I think we all just kind of play around with that notion there when it comes to the misses. Well, and that's the thing for it too. You have to start off with what you have and then build it out from there. You know, I talk about it all the time, you know. Yes, it would be nice to have the fully backlit panels, laser etching, and, you know, all that. But if you don't have it to get, then you start off with the materials that you have access to. Everybody has access to cardboard. Everybody's throwing boxes away. You know? So you can get that for free. 2x4s. You can find 2x4s anywhere for free. You don't have to go and buy none. You can, if you have access to a 3D printer, you know, you can start printing your panels out and all that stuff here and there. Here, hold on, let me see. I'll give you this one. Or actually, we'll do it this way. Hold on 1 second, just typing something in real quick. There you go, Juan. I need to get a CPU that can run a built sim first. I thought you had something working. I thought you was working with something already for too. Or no, you had just got the new alpha yoke. I have an Ender 3D printer and printed a few things like throttle levers. Okay. Hey, Seth, how's it going? I mean, shoot, even you're welcome, Juan. Even with that 4.2, you can actually just having a 3D printer. I mean, my 3D printer is just, I think I don't even have the 3V2. I just have the basic Ender 3. And you can just start printing, you know, at least start printing your panels out, you know, getting those set up. That saves you money. So you're already ahead. And like I said, I mean, you can use cardboard. You can go to Walmart and get those, you know, those very, well, it's not thick, but like the foam boards, you know, like for school projects and stuff. You can start off with those, or the trifold cardboards that you can get back there in that section too. You can use that. You can start off with that for the time being, and like I said, and build yourself out and work it little by little. So if you only have, let's say, one monitor to work with, then hey, just work with that one monitor, and you know, slowly build your shell out, you know, little by little. It doesn't take up a lot of space. Like this looks big. It's really not. Like I think from left to right, I'm 40, 42, 43 inches across, and I think from front to back, I'm let me see, I'll say 5.5 feet. I'll say 6 feet at the most. And then height wise, shoot, I don't, like I said, when I built this thing, I didn't write nothing down. I just kind of eyeballed the whole thing. I would say maybe 50 inches in height, maybe. So it's a process when it comes to building these things. But if you just start with what you have and then let your imagination wander in the process of using what you already have to start building, and you'll be amazed. You'll be like, well, wait a minute, I got this old toy in this junk box. I can actually use that part to make this work. Use what you have until you can get better. You know, building a sim it's a journey, you know. Like, yes, we all would love to just come in and just buy a 1-to-1 scale, you know, all the parts are realistic, everything, the touch, to feel, all. But everybody's on different levels and different stages in life, and you know, space and whatever the case may be. But if you just start using your stuff that you have, like you got a 3D printer, man, take that 3D printer and start building your panel out. Find you a piece of cardboard, and there's measurements. I mean, and it just depends on how you want to do it. I mean, you can shoot, look at what's his name, sim, Ace Simulations, his 172 build. Like, there was really nothing fancy about his sim, but it got the job done, you know. If I make a sim, most of the buttons levers would be for looks and would use the mouse and the screen for most of the buttons. Other than that, other things built in my switch panels, joke and throttle. Well, when it comes to like the switches and buttons, that's an easy fix. I mean, you know, mobiflight is free. You could go on Amazon and you know, buy a pack of toggle switches, you know, and get you an Arduino. I need to start coming down like pretty quickly here. You know, whenever you get an opportunity to save up, it don't have to be the real Arduino. You can get a knockoff Arduino Mega on Amazon. You know, I can't remember the going price. Like maybe I think maybe 20, 25 bucks maybe. And slow her down. And then you just start wiring it up, and I could walk you through it step by step. That's easy stuff. And even if you start off with just a couple switches, you know, utilize the main switches. Or if you already have, let's say you already got the switches on your throttle, you can either exchange those and add those into your actual panel, so that you have more of a realistic, you know, approach, you know, versus just being on your throttle, right, or on your yoke. Or you can take those new switches and you can add extra switches in your sim that the yoke and the throttle doesn't have, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, my iPad Pro. This is an iPad Pro. This is not a TV. This is an iPad that I can slide in and out because I use it for other things. And I just displayed the 6-pack right there. Cut the holes out on the cardboard panel, 3D printed my bezels, and there you go. And even if you go your route, you can get a monitor. You don't even have to get a TV. You can find an old PC monitor on Marketplace. Somebody letting go for $5 or $10 or something like that. You just need something to display those. Wait, those look like 3D, like actual analog dials. Okay, so yeah, so my altimeter, my nav, and my my heading bugs, those are actual dials. Those are real encoders. So I 3D printed the bezel and then put the encoders in, and the wires are crudely tucked away behind the front cover here. And so what's happening is the encoders are talking to the sim through mobiflight, and Air Manager just displays the the gauges. Alright, we are coming out of autopilot. So these TVs are 55s. And here's the cool thing about that as well. I'm so high, I think I'm about to fly right over the thing. And wait, where are you at? I'm coming up on it. I'm gonna have to come in from. I'm gonna have to come in off the coast here. No, Air Manager is not. Air Manager, I think it depends on which one you go. I'm using the app version, so mine is a little cheaper. So I think if I remember correctly, the app was like 25 bucks. So once you buy it once, you can download it across, multiple iPads that you have to display whatever you got going on. But if you were to go with like a regular monitor, there is a demo version that'll give you like just your basic 6-pack, and I think you'll be fine with that if that's all you're gonna be using it for. But if you decide you want to start adding extra panels and things like that, then you'll have to buy the paid version. And I can't remember off the top of my head how much the paid version is. But the demo will at least get you started. Alright. Speed checks gears coming down. We have to come in off this water here. It's very possible, 4-2. Very possible. You're actually a lot closer than you think. Like I said, you just start off small. Like, you don't have to start off like if you go all the way back to the beginning of when I started building this sim, go back to those old videos, man, and you will see just how far along I've come with this. Like, this did not look like this. This hasn't always been like this. It was I had some buffoonery going on when I first started my build. But, you know, little by little, a switch here, a panel there, add some material here, a screw there, and, you know. But I feel like once you get started in the building process, it'll start flowing better. Like, you'll be amazed at how fast you'll put something together. All right, so we getting this bad boy turned around. This is actually, I think, the first landing or touch and go heading in the westerly direction. So the winds have shifted a little bit. Anything is possible. Yep, that's so right, Sess. All right. So we are good here. Gear is down, flaps are down. Take care of this first touch and go here. $75 over the fence, just like I want to be. And we're just gonna slowly pull throttle out just a little bit. Just let that ride out. Just hold. That was smooth right there. Butters on that one. All right. They got them piled in there. All right. Gear is coming up. And we are on our way to the next one, which is 14 miles away. Which is, where are we going? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, well, and there, that right there, like I said, it all depends on how you want it. I guess are we gonna go on this side? Yeah, we're just going on this side of the thing. Actually, ooh. We're gonna have to switch locations here. We're gonna have to come up over this hill here. Hit the coastline instead. As far as getting the proportions and all that, this is my thing. If you want it to be 1-to-1 scale, then you could reach out to like Sess. He built his sim to a 1-to-1 scale. I know Speedy, he's building his on a 1-to-1 scale too. My sim is not a 1-to-1 scale. It's just, I just kind of eyeballed it. I know I'm probably off. Well, I know width-wise, I might be off by a couple inches, give or take. I know I got way too much overhead because I know you don't have much space on the inside of the Bonanza. But, you know, that's all of that is, I don't think that's too much of importance to agree. I mean, obviously you don't want your Cessna, you know, the width of a King Air, you know, for a 737. But as long as you get it close, a good way to go about it, if like you don't want to get it, you know, 1-to-1, but you kind of want to get it close, get 2 chairs and set them in a position. Now, you know that it's pretty tight inside of a Cessna. So if you watch videos and you see 2 people sitting in a Cessna 172, you can kind of get an idea of just how wide it is. It's really not that wide. So you set 2 chairs down and you just say, okay, do I really want to be this tight? Because at the end of the day, it's just a sim, and it's something for me to, you know, play around and fly in and you know, practice on. So you set 2 chairs next to each other, and then you say, okay, well, I'll give myself, you know, 2 inches extra on each side. That way you give yourself a little bit more room, but then you have a general idea of just, you know, how a Cessna feels. And then you start on your panel. You stretch your panel out. You say, okay, well, I need about 40 inches, 42 inches or whatever. And then you just start building it. And then the cool thing about it too is if you're using stuff like cardboard, like I use, you can always do mock-ups. So you could say you can do a prototype, you know, see how it fits, sit down, look at it. You know, you have your front monitor in front, and you can see, okay, when I turn flight sim on, how does the Cessna 172 front look compared to how I'm sitting? And then you can say, okay, well, I actually need a little bit more on the panel, or I need a little bit less. And that's, you know, you can easily change that up. Yeah, see, so that lets you know right there that you don't have much space. But if you really want real numbers, you could just, you know, there's plenty of people who built 172s who have the measurements. If you really want it exactly how it is in the real thing. So I think most of the guys, let's see. I think well, you're in the Discord, so you should know most of them. The whole Australian crew, pretty much all of them fly 172s, and all their sims are different, but they all look nice. Okay, let me slow this buddy down. The guy told me to get in, and I literally looked and said, how? My knees were touching the yoke, and I'm only 5'8". Only 5'8"? Shoot, you taller than me. Let me be 5'8". I feel like I'm top of the world. All right. Speed checks gear is coming down. We are bringing her around. Where did it go? I had you, then I lost you. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Still got me. I am 5'5". Been that way for a while. All right, flaps are coming in. Oh, this is a nice little one right here. Okay. There's 90. Gear is down. Flaps is down. This is a rough little strip right here. I feel like I'm in the backwoods of this is one of them moving weight airstrips right there. This is get in, drop, and get out. Oh my goodness. When's the last time this thing been used? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, I'll take that one. It is a grass strip, or I don't know what this is. Okay. Let's get up off the ground. There we go. Gears coming up. All right. Let's climb out here. Yep, you can definitely do it for two. I think once you get started, you won't turn back, and you'll be amazed at how fast and easy you can put it together. And we're all here supporting you. So if you need any help with anything, we got you. Like I said, I would say 90% of the money spent on my build was all to PCs, or the PC, the TVs, you know, all this stuff. I mean, I've had this iPad. Jesus, I've had this iPad now. When I get this, I got this iPad in 2018, and then the iPad Mini. I was using a first gen, but then when the Air Manager did an update, the first gen couldn't handle it no more, so I had to buy a refurbished one. I think I spent like $60 on this one off of Amazon or something like that. So, but as far as the material, if I were to take away all electronics and just look at like the frame itself, because I didn't spend any money on the 2x4s. The only money that I really spent on the frame itself, well, I can't even say, the frame itself was free. I just put it together. Now, you factor in, let's say, the material, right? So, the material was from Walmart. I think I spent, I say $20 on material. I had them cut me out a black piece for the bottom, and then the gray. And then let's see, the windows, the window sills, a roll of duct tape. Huh? Okay, Juan. Whatever Juan said. Oh, I'm not even about to sit here and act like I know what he just said. But whatever he said, I trust his judgment. Right, that's all I'm trying to see if I can figure it out too. Let's go nav. All right, so we stretching it out here a little bit. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can actually just pronounce it right. All right, here we go. I'm about to bomb this. Claro todo es possible. Anything is possible for two. Así como Cardboard sim y así también como lo dice sim. Yo high speed cabina para un Cessna 150, 172, 182, 206 y Caravan. Pero todo es paso a paso. Ninguna persona compra todo de una sola vez. Ánimo. Did I say it right, Juan? I know I tore that to pieces. Just as Carpenter says, and also as I made my cabin force. Ah, okay. All right, I'll take the smiley. I'll take the laughing emoji, and we just gonna leave it at that. Hey, Speedy, what's up, my man? You just missed me trying to speak in Spanish. I thank you, Sess. I appreciate it. It's a beautiful morning out here. I had to change some things up. I was having some issues. So after the flight yesterday, y'all know I was having that little bug. And so what I decided to do was clear out all my shader caches. And Windows did an update. So I did that. I downloaded the hotfix driver for NVIDIA. I loaded the sim up and she got goofy. So I rolled back the previous driver and she was still acting goofy. So I had to go in and change my settings. So now I'm still in DLSS quality without FrameGen. FrameGen was just bad today, so no FrameGen today. Oh man. So Speedy, you between you and Sess, y'all might be able to help. Well, you two would actually be the best options to help 4-2 out. 4-2 wants to build him a 172 sim. And he kind of wants it to be on a 1-to-1 scale to a degree, I guess you can say, if I'm correct. 4-2. So he would just need a little help with that. But like I said, we are a small community, but we're a powerful community, and everybody has knowledge of things that others might not have. So yeah, reach out to Seth, Speedy, me, whoever's in the Discord. Pretty much everybody in the Discord for the most part has Sims. So tons of knowledge, tons of information. And then once you get yourself all set up and built, then we can start advancing you. my next experimental for this sim is must be nice, Sess. Enjoy it. Get a couple laps in for me. Later. Later, mate. Like, I gotta learn. I gotta get better at my Australian accent. I gotta learn Spanish. Man, what's next? Are you using the NVIDIA surround for the 3 screens or the MF flight sim setting? So yeah, I'm using the flight sim settings. If you're going to attempt, or and not just for you but for anybody, if you're going to do a sim setup similar to mine, where you're getting the full, 220, 270 degree, pretty much 90 degree TV, so like 90 degrees on both, surround sound is not going to be your friend. You're gonna have to, and lost my train of thought for a second. If you use surround sound only works is if, let's say, you're using 3 monitors up at front, and it might have, if you're doing like a 45-45, right? Surround sound would kind of work out better. It would kind of stretch you out a little bit, but you're only getting this view but just stretched out. If you're talking about doing something like this, you're gonna have to go with the flight sim settings, because if you do surround, it's gonna distort. It was 4.2, Speedy, but 4.2 is in the he's in the Discord as well, so y'all can chat it up in there and message each other back and forth in the Discord if need be. That's what I was saying. Yeah. So if you did surround with a setup like this, it would be the distortion will be so bad that by the time you look left, you don't even know what you're looking at. So yeah, you want to go with the flight sim setting. So it's what you're doing is pretty much setting up 3 window displays, and then obviously you'll put them in full screen once you got everything set up, which you can actually set them up in full screen as well. But you're going to need you'll need something a little bit more beefy. It don't have to be a lot. Like, before I built this PC that I'm running now, I literally started off with an old Dell desktop. I bought this thing like when did I bought that thing? Jesus, I bought that thing in like 2014. I bought it on sale at Walmart for like $200. And I started off using it was an i5 4440 with 16 gigs. Matter of fact, it was 8 gigs of RAM. And then okay, Speedy. And then I bumped it up to 16 because that's all that motherboard can handle. So an i5 4440, 16 gigs of RAM, and my first GPU that I had bought was a GTX 980. Now I was only running 1 screen with that, and then when I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to expand the sim and actually add the side monitors, I found a guy on Marketplace. He had a 2080 Super, and he sold it to me for $200. And so I bought that, I threw that in, and I ran all 3 screens, pretty much this setup, on a 2080 Super. But I was only running in 1080p. But when you add, you know, you start adding the little add-ons and, you know, the little scenery packages, and, you know, you get the frame gen mod installed, so now you can run frame gen on a late model like the 2s and 3 series cards. 1080p on 3 screens. That 2080 Super ran like a champ. I think my biggest problem is using the same PC for the sim and my main desk setup. I would have to run very large cables or long cables. And I don't think my GPU has enough ports for 3 TVs because I have 2 monitors. Okay, so you could. Do you know what GPU do you have right now? And now here's the thing, and this is something, and it's just something to think about. And this is something that I try to kind of, not too much to implore others to do, but just something to get your gears turning. Oh, a 3060, you could run 3 monitors on a 3060. You could literally run all 3 screens on a 3060. Now, getting back to what I was saying. So, when you run into a situation where it's like, okay, your PC is not, it's not a high end, you know, it's kind of like a mid level. Even on a low end, it doesn't really matter. Low end, we'll say low end to mid grades, and you don't have enough ports to run, you know, 3 monitors and run your, you know, your 6-pack or your displays or your G1000, whatever you're running. This is where you might have to spend a little bit more money. You just have to catch the deals. And this is why I went the way I went, because when you're running your outside views, you want your GPU to focus on outside views, because that's where most of all the power and bandwidth and rendering, like all that's going to those. So you want all the resources you have going to that. So when it comes to your displays, your panel itself, you can actually save so much on resources if you go with tablets or, you know, iPads and things like that. Like I said, this is the iPad Pro. That's big enough to run a 6-pack. That's the iPad Mini. That is a 10-inch Fire tablet. This is a 10-inch off some 10-inch off-brand tablet that I found on Amazon. So, like, if you don't want to buy new, hit the marketplace. Keep your eyes open, man. I'm on marketplace every day, just seeing what's out on the market, because you never know when somebody is just like, look, I don't need this thing. It's been sitting under this desk for 5 years. I don't use it. Just give me $40, but you just got an iPad for, you know, $40. So the iPad Pro, that's a 12.9, the biggest ones that they make. And I mean, like I said, I think this is either a 1st gen or a 2nd gen iPad Pro. But like I said, I use this thing for everything. I use this for the sim, and then when I'm not flying, I take it out and I use it for music. I use it for video editing. I use it for all kind of stuff. And then my son, he uses it for games and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's perfect. If you can catch an old iPad Pro, and I think, well, actually, you know what? I think this is like maybe a 2nd or 3rd gen actually, because the 1st gen still had the big button. But even if you can find you a 12.9-inch iPad Pro, catch somebody letting it go for, you know, pennies to the dollar. You got your 6-pack. You ain't got to use it for nothing else. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection. Then, welcome back, Speedy. You know, and then, you know, for your engine management gauges or whatever the case be, even if you can't go with iPad Pro, even if you got to go with, let's say, 2 2 normal size iPads. Like, you could find a 7-inch iPad here and a 7-inch iPad there. Put them side by side behind the panel to build your gauges out. You download the app for $20-25. Now you got yourself all your gauges. Now when it comes to like your avionics, it just depends on how you want to go about doing your avionics. You can go with, find somebody selling a tablet. Like I said, I mean, people let these things go for nothing because there's so many of them. So you can get that for $20-30. Somebody's selling a kid's Fire tablet, $20. All right, cool. You could then turn around and you could do Pop-Out Manager, right? Which Pop-Out Manager is a free app. And then what you can do is, you got a 3D printer, go on Thingiverse or Yogi, something like that. Or you can just Google GNS 530 flight sim bezel or something like that. Print your bezels out and then put into your little avionics panel. And then when you get into your Cessna 172, you pop out the 170 or the GNS 530 screen. Now you got yourself a 530. You might not have no buttons at the beginning, but at least you got the display going. And then over time, you buy you a bag of micro buttons on Amazon. Like I said, get your Arduino Mega, you run your wires, now you got all your buttons, and you start building it out. And that's how you do it. And that way your GPU all it has to do is just focus on the 3 monitors outside. And that's how you get around that. And then the cool thing about it is, if you're running tablets, that's less resources being used on the PC in itself, because this stuff is all being ran off of the Wi-Fi. No, so with a 3060, you should be able to run 3 screens easily. Where's my, hold on, let me look at something real quick. 3060, let me look this up. 3060, you should have 3 display ports and an HDMI, if I remember correctly. Let me see. That's pretty much the going port setup for your average GPU anyway. I have 3 display ports and 1 HDMI on my 4070. Yeah, so so it would be, I can do 3, but I have 2 monitors on my desk too. Okay, so what you could do then is you could run your desktop monitors. Now, do you use those for gaming, or is that just for like homework or whatever the case may be? Because if you're not doing nothing too crazy with those 2 desktop monitors, then you could just put those into your the back of your motherboard, and then when you're doing flight sim, just turn those monitors off, so that way your PC is not using up any extra resources on those 2 monitors. And then I mean, it would still kind of work out. We 10 miles out. Let me get coming on down here. So like if you're not simming, you could either plug those like if you want to do some gaming, there's nothing to it than to plug them in back into the GPU. Or just leave the desktop monitors unplugged while you're flying. And then when you're back on your desktop, unplug the TVs from the sim. Okay, Speedy. Appreciate it. Because I know at one point I was like when I built my the 4.7 build that I had, like I said, by the time I got done, I was running 3 PCs. But when I just had 1 PC and I was running Crossfire on 2 Radeon GPUs. So I had all of those ports, display ports, and HDMI. I had all those filled in, and I was running the motherboard side as well. Cause I only had 1 PC and I had all types of stuff going on. It was crazy. So now I've just learned that, hey, the 6-pack, that's all I need for flying a GA. I don't really need all those extra, back courses, and I don't need all that. I got my 6-pack, that's all I need. And it just so happened that the iPad Pro was just big enough for it. And so once I learned, like, oh, okay, well, I don't need any more extra. I don't have to use any more ports, because all this is Wi-Fi. Everything else from there it was a wrap. It was all from that point on. I was strictly tablets on the panel. Yeah, they have those. I forget the name of it, but that's pretty much what it is. Like a switchboard. No. Switchboard is for Ethernet cards or cables. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. You can get those anywhere. Best Buy sells them. Amazon sells them. You'll save a lot more money ordering from Amazon than you would going in the store. Alright, we are coming in here to Punta Cana. Coming over right now. I gotta come around to the other side. Let's see, do we take 2.7 or do we take 2.6? I think we'll take 2.7. Nice golf course right out here. They love putting a golf course by some water now, I'll tell you that. Alright. Speed checks. Gear is coming down. Gears down and locked. First notch of flaps coming in. Lose some more altitude here. And we'll make our turn. We'll do a coordinated turn this time around. There we go. Second notch flaps coming in.
500.
Hey, Buck, how's it going? How you doing tonight? Alright, slowing it down. Trim her out a little more. Alright. Coming in a little faster than I want. Lead off some of that speed. There's 75. We're just gonna hold it right there. Butter. The rate gear is coming up. Good, good. That sounds good. Like to hear that. Man, my biggest challenge with the sim is room. Room. Oh, man. Room can always be a challenge. But I was always taught, and it's worked with me to this day. Two things really. Where there's a will, there's a way. And there's more than one way to skin a cat. You just have to put on your thinking cap. Got the lumber, lots of electronics, but can't find a dang 6x8 space. Oh man. 6x8. 6x8. So what type of sim are you? What kind of sim are you trying to build? Man, Speedy, all them construction sites and stuff you be going to, I'll be quick to ask somebody, hey, let me grab some of that them 2x4s that's not being used. Oh, you going for a longitude? Hey, Glenn, how's it going? Yeah, that's I got you. All right, 4-2. You have a good night, man. We catch you on another one. All right. So we are crossing the seas now. Oh man. You don't know any development, any subdivisions being built around you? Slide through there and talk to some of them construction guys, or you can hit up. I know Lowe's normally be having like in the what's the word I'm looking for? By the on the lumber side of Lowe's, they normally have a cart sitting out front or close to the doors, like 75% off of the lumber. You go in there and snag a whole bunch of 2x4s for nothing. Man, you ain't around none of that either. Gotta find you some lumber. Somebody gotta have some 2x4s laying around somewhere. Nobody's demoing a house, a building. Yeah, check Lowe's out. They normally have a bin out there where, you know, it might have been some scrap, you know, wood or whatever that they couldn't sell or whatnot. piece that out. Man. So a longitude. Yeah, you're gonna need a 6x8 for sure. $12 at Menards, 8 foot. Man, the last time I was at a Menards, oh my goodness. He doesn't have a Discord channel, but he's in my Discord though, so you can reach out to him through there. Man, a 6x8. 6x8. Okay, let me ask you this: do you have 6 feet? Because I'm going to assume that the 6 is going to be. Is it an 8 by like? What's what I'm looking for? Is it going to be 6 wide or 8 wide? You might have to have a short bust launch. Let me stop. You know. I mean, hey, if you have to lose a foot, was that his measurements? I never really paid attention to his measurements. It's 6 long and 48 inches wide on the okay. Now, 6 long from where? From where? I guess what I'm asking is, so from 6 feet to the nose to the back of, I guess, your back wall. I would assume, right? Okay, so alright, Juan, man, it was a pleasure, man. Enjoyed your company. I'll see you tomorrow at 10. I'll be here. Tomorrow is where the fun begins, really, because that's when we really start doing the island hops. St. Thomas, St. Martin, St. Bart, all that good stuff. Where St. Martin is one of my most, I think that's by far my most favorite island to fly around at. So let me ask you this, Buck. Do you need the full 6? Or could you, like, let's say for instance, just from the back wall alright, Juan, I'll check those photos out once I'm done streaming tonight. I appreciate it. So let's say from your back wall to, let's say where your front monitor sit is only, let's say 4 feet. What would you need the other 2 feet for? Alright, Speedy, sounds good, man. You have a good one, man. I'll catch you on the next one. Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to do is trying to see if you can edge off, you know, to build a platform to set the 55 on. Okay, so that's what I was trying to say. So okay, so let's say from the back wall, cause I think, well, shoot, from this TV to that TV, which of course yours will be bigger because you're talking a longitude. But let's just hypothetically say it's 4 feet, right? So, like with mine, the panel that it sits on, so pretty much the panel that TV is sitting on is actually starting from right behind my panel, and then it probably goes back 2 feet, maybe. Do I need all that 2 feet? Not necessarily, but that's what I'm working with. It just makes life a little easier to get to all the Arduinos and all that good stuff. But if it was possible for you to shave off that extra behind, like if you didn't need it, and just build the platform for the TV is just enough to be able to get the TV on, and give yourself maybe just, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches behind that to lay down maybe all of your power strips. Or okay, yeah. I mean, that would give you a little bit more space if that was possible. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out different ways to help you out on that one. Do you have at least the width? I mean, 48 inches is really not that much. Oh yeah, man, I get it. I'm trying to get you in there. Yeah, that's tough right there, man. You'll figure it out. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Just more brainstorming. Yeah, that is definitely, I would say that would probably be the hardest, obstacle. I guess depending on, what it is you're trying to build. Like if you're trying to build like a 737 and all you got is a closet, you're gonna have to kind of scale down your sim. Yo, old man, what it do? You just woke up from your nap. Oh, I'm just messing with you, man. How's it going? We're just in here chatting it up about, what's stopping you from building your sim. Been actually a pretty good conversation. That's what's up. Trying to break people out of the limitation that they put on themselves. Sometimes you got to go sit up on top of the roof and look down and analyze it from a different viewpoint. You can see it if you can see it from a different angle, you'd be amazed at how much more you can accomplish. Sometimes we'll get stuck looking at the same wall for days in, days out, trying to figure out how to do something. But if you just step back and look at it from this angle, you'll see you actually got more than enough to accomplish what it is you're trying to do. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So if okay, let me ask you this day: if you had the opportunity, or you had at least minimum resources to start building a sim, what would it be? Yeah, like what type of aircraft? Would it be a GA? Would it be corporate? Would it be airliner? I'm trying to get everybody into building their sim starting tonight. Ooh, the TBM. That's a nice aircraft. If I had between I would say the TBM would definitely be in the lineup for a corporate. I really like the what's the word I'm looking for? My mind is shot. What's the corporate jet? Because I was just talking about it yesterday. Oh yeah, those newer ones are man, them things are nasty. Learjet. I like the Learjet 45s. So it would definitely be a toss up between the Learjet and the TBM. Now, the Cessna Citation. That's also a nice one. I think as far as the Learjet 45, because it's just smaller, but it can still cut through the skies very, very well. And also, I think too, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. I kind of like the panels on all of them. Like, I definitely like the TBM setup for sure. Now, I don't know if you guys follow this dude. What is it? Fred Barron. If y'all need to check his channel. I don't think he actually has a channel on YouTube as of yet. He might. I know he's on Facebook. Do you see his TBM setup that he's building? Or has already built pretty much? That thing is crazy. I know he spent a lot of time working on the new TBM 9. Was it the 9? It might have been enough. The 930? Facebook, yeah. F Red Baron or Fred Baron or something like that. Like, he actually built the throttle, like the new throttle that the TBMs come with. It's nice. I think it's Fred. It's like F Red Baron Sim, something like that on Facebook. You check him out, like in you can find him in most of the flight sim groups. That's a very, very nice setup. A TBM is nice. You could definitely do it. My first plane, I'm thinking the Cessna 172. Yeah, that seems to be the basics. I think a lot of people want to start off with a 172, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've just never been a fan of a 172. But I know eventually, like, whenever I do get a chance to fly, more than likely it'll probably be a 172. Who knows? I know that the flight school that I have here, not really well, I guess you could say flight school. Everybody got different GAs out there. I don't know. I'm more of a low wing kind of guy for starters. And 172 don't have retractable gear. I like retractable gear. Yeah, I mean, and that's your starter kit in disguise. Like, you're not getting anywhere fast. You're not going anywhere high. It's, you know, it's your point A to point B type of aircraft. You know, me personally, I just love a Bonanza. I just like the way it looks. I like the way it flies. Like I can slow down and hang out with the 172s, or, you know, I can get on across the waters like I'm doing now fairly quickly, you know, for a single engine, I guess you can say. I like the Vision Jet too. I've flown that a few times in this sim. Very sweet aircraft, I must say. I flew the 172 a lot when I first started simming. Yeah, I don't think I ever once enjoyed flying the 172 in the sim. You know, from you know, I mean, obviously that's all you really had, like way back in the day when Flight Sim first came out. But you know, let's say we started at like FS 2004. Like from then on, like I'm just not doing it. The Icon seaplane, that's a cool little plane. I've never flown it, but you know, I've seen a couple guys fly it on YouTube and stuff. It seems pretty cool. Yeah, you know, like a lot of people are into the 172. You know, I mean, if you go across Facebook groups or you go on YouTube, when it comes to general aviation, 9 times out of 10, they're flying a 172. And, you know, to a degree, it makes sense because it's just kind of like one of those aircrafts, like companies have already pretty much, you could pretty much build a whole 172 by just buying parts from flight sim companies, you know. So between like a 172, a 737, and an Airbus A320, those are the 3 common aircrafts. I definitely like the King Air 350. Now I'm gonna tell you another aircraft that I had thought about getting was the Duke. The Turbine Duke. That plane is, that's a sexy little aircraft right there. It's nice for slow flight, also in bush trips. Yeah, and you know, now I'll put it to you this way. If for whatever reason I had to come over to the Cessna world, at minimum it would have to be the Cessna 182 RG. I won't go no lower than the 182 RG. That's it. That if I can't get that, I'm not flying no Cessna. Because even with that one, you know, it's still shaped like, you know, it's still a Cessna. A little bit more power, so therefore a little bit more performance, and it's got retractable gear. So it's got it has more of a sporty vibe to it than just your 172. So yeah, 182 RG. All right, we'll just go autopilot and we'll just bring this thing down. We'll hand fly it down this time. Let's see what we got left on this flight plan. We should be coming up to the end of it here pretty soon. Yep, we got one more stop. Well, this is the last touch and go, and then we'll be headed off to the final. I might end up bypassing that one. And getting set up over at Roosevelt. We'll see. I like that seat idea you did. Oh, with the bucket seats. Yeah. So my junkyard here in my area, they do like 40% off, 50% off deals every once in a while, and so I got them loaded in my phone. So anytime they do those deals, they'll text me. And so I went out there one day on a deal day, and I got these two chairs for I think $40 for both of them. That's where I got them from, $40. Went out there with my tool bag, walked around for an hour trying to find the cleanest seats I could find, and these two were the cleanest I found. I snatched them out. Yeah, ain't nobody spending all that kind of money. Now, I know there's people that like, I want real Cessna 172 seats, and that's fine. I pulled these seats. Wow, what kind? It was a SUV, a little small crossover. I want to say it was a Kia. I think it was a Kia. I pulled these seats from. Because I had to make sure that the bucket seats were small enough to fit in here. So like I got just enough room for them to fit. If I would have went with like some Cadillac bucket seats because they were leather, they would have never fit. You should bring a buddy along. Yeah, I eventually, I mean, that's the whole purpose of having the seat in. Not more than likely though, if somebody flies along with me, that'll be more than likely a recorded video versus a stream. So like I said, you know, I stream at 10 at night. I really don't want nobody over here bothering me at 10 o'clock at night. No, I'm just messing. No, most time by this time, everybody sleep, chilling, doing their own thing. All right, speed checks gear is coming down. Flaps are coming in. Well, I know trying to get Mom Dukes over here. She wanted to get up in the air with me a couple times, so just trying to set that up. I got a couple buddies that would like to get in on it. Just their work schedule, my work schedule is so off. But in due time, those videos will come. Shoot, actually, I haven't seen him in a while. He's in the Discord too. I haven't chatted with him in a while actually. He actually lives about an hour away from me, truth be told. Alright, let's bring her down. A little high on this one, but that's okay. More than enough runway to play with. There's 75, and we just gonna hold it. Butter. And we're off. Gears coming up. And which see which direction I want to take. I guess we can go ahead and we'll bank out here. Ah, no worries, Seth. How was the swim? I could imagine. I could imagine. We are off to our last and final stop of the evening. Nice little, I don't know, about 65 miles. So, nice little leg. Stretch it on out because after this one, yeah, I got about a 28-minute flight to go, so I should still be here today. So once we land here where we're going, see, I'm trying to debate. Do I want to? Cause we're going to where I gotta set up San Juan. Yeah. Do I want to do one more touch and go from there and then set myself up at the edge of the island? So that way, tomorrow, the real island hop begins. So I mean, it ain't, but probably an extra 15 miles. I guess we could just land there and be done with it. That'll put me here at about 2 hours or so. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Cause tomorrow, oh yes, the fun begins. The fun begins. We're gonna be doing the Benjamin Riviera. We're gonna be doing St. Thomas. The Terrence B. Vatsim International. Hey, how's it going? I don't want to say, is it Eliza? I appreciate it. Alright, cool. Thank you. We just in here hanging out at in the Caribbeans. Let's see. I got a question for everybody. We should be hitting it tomorrow. Let me see. Yeah, because if we hit St. Martin, we'll definitely be hitting St. Bart. So let me see. Let me get my thoughts together. I'm trying to figure out how to ask this question here. From a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being bomb, 10 being butter, what do y'all think my landing is going to be at St. Bart? I'm going to do a poll. Do you think I'm gonna butter it, or you think I'm gonna bomb it? 1 to 10. I appreciate that, Howard. I'll take the 8. Seth, that's how you gonna do me, Seth? Oh, I have no sense of scale or reference. Oh. Nah, I mean, you know, if you think it's a 2, it's a 2. I think I will, man, solid 7.5. Alright, Buck. Okay. Alright. I'm liking the numbers. Liking the numbers. Let's see here. If I had to get myself out the door, oh well, how you know, that's how Seth treat me all the time. It's nothing new. I'm just messing. He always gives me something. Now, Buck, you gotta know we're talking Saint Bart here. Oh, we are talking Saint Bart. I think I'm gonna give myself, now it has been a long time since I've landed at Saint Bart, and what I'm gonna have to do, so Saint Bart is not gonna be a touch and go. I'm gonna have to land at Saint Bart and then take back off. It's been a while, so depending on weather that day, that's gonna turn. But if I had to give myself a score as of now, I think I would actually probably give myself about a 5, cause all right, I got your message there, Seth. I'm gonna start working on that. The last time I've flown at Saint Bart, here is my thing at Saint Bart. So if y'all have never flown there before or tried to land there, it's very tricky, and it's not so much the, you know, how you got to come down and skim the hilltop, you know, like you're scraping people's foreheads when you're coming in. There is a wind tunnel when you cut through the trees, and every time that I've tried landing there, the winds will just throw you all over the place. Right before you're about to hit the, you know, skim that hill there. Well, if you was in the stream last night, man, I was bouncing all over the place. So what's been going on is I finally had printed out my like a real checklist for this plane, and so my approach speeds and landing speeds were different. Well, I'll just say they're a little different than what I normally did. So I've been practicing flying it according to what the aircraft says to do, in a sense. But of course, you know, all that changes according to, you know, weather and winds, blah 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 blah. So, but I've been really working hard on setting that up so that my landings are actually smoother. Now today is not as bad because the winds aren't that bad. Like, I've been landing today with, I think the most winds I've seen was like 7 knots to the nose. Yesterday, man, I was landing in crosswinds at like 21, 22 knots, headwinds 20 knots. So it was pretty rough yesterday. Now taking all that in and then bringing it over to St. Bart, I think that's going to be the most challenging runway of this whole trip, outside of the Cessna 172 floaters that I'm gonna be doing. That's gonna become that's gonna be one day. I'm gonna pick one day where I'm just doing all water landing, takeoff and landings. So y'all get to see me fly a plane that I really don't want to fly, but I'm gonna fly it because I was asked to fly it and add it in. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, it's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna have to go to the store. I'll do that this weekend. I need to go grab me some black foam board because I need to get the 172 set up, because you know how the wings, they're different. So I'm gonna have to get some boards and get inside the 172 and figure out my measurements to cut the boards out, because I'm gonna have to bring my windows down a little bit to compensate for the bottom of the wings. But yeah, that's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fun though. I have 0% takeoff and landings in a 172 float, so y'all are gonna get some laughs out of that. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Modern day airships. I found this. Well, I'm glad you found it. We have fun over here. This is you never know what's gonna be talked about day to day. I'm trying to get better at, kind of added that into the title. And it's really mainly just a basis, just to kind of get conversations going throughout the flights, because most of my streams, at minimum, my streams are like around to an hour and a half, and then some of them are a little longer. It just depends on what's going on. So, we might get started on the topic, and the next thing you know, we're talking about football and trying to figure out how to sneak a 5090 card into the house without getting thrown out into the living room with a blanket and a pillow. So you just never know. Conversations can get crazy. So, I've been flight simming for a while. I got serious around 2009, and I built my version of a 747 sim way back when I was in Germany, stationed over there. And then I just recently got back into it a couple years ago with this build. And at the time when I started building this one, my goal was to see how far I can go by making it look as real as possible by spending the least amount of money. No, I haven't, but I'll say one particular night I had a long day that day. But I had to get my stream in. And I forget, I think when I did the Austria run from Innsbruck, man, that was a beautiful stream right there. Oh my goodness, the scenery was gorgeous. But I was tired, and I was struggling to stay awake on that one. I went back and looked at the video a couple times just to see did anybody catch me like on a quick doze. Man, I was hurting to get that one in, but yeah, um, but yeah, I started this build um with cardboard. Hence, you know, my channel Cardboard Sim. So the panel is cardboard, and I've just slowly built it out as time went on over the last couple years. So as good as it may look, this thing is cheaply made to a degree. I guess you could say it that way. I have nothing like getting jarred away with terrain. Oh man, no, I've been pretty solid without falling asleep. I'm pretty sure one day is coming. My day is coming. I know it's gonna happen. I hope I don't really just completely just zone out in the middle of a stream, because I know I'll never hear the end of that one. Are the screens actually just? No, it's 3 55-inch TVs. Now what's crazy is the longest flight I've done thus far was the last flight I did on my lower 48 state tour. And the way that flight went is not supposed to happen that way. There was a couple guys that wanted to do a couple flights with me in the stream, and so I set it up to where you know, they could fly with me on the weekend because their time was limited. And so we started off, I want to say Connecticut, and flew to Massachusetts. I think that's what it was, because that's where one of the Simmers lived, so he wanted to land in, you know, his home terminal. And oh, that was a little jitter. What's going on there? But so we did that, and then I was like, well, if you got some extra time, you know, let's head down to New York. New York. Yeah. Well, no, it's not turbulence. It's this thing was I was having some issues. So I had a couple issues yesterday, so I was doing some tinkering earlier today, trying to clear up some stuff, like clearing shader cache and all that. And there was a couple updates, so now she's acting a little weird, but it comes with the territory. And there's a lot going on here, so that's probably why too. There's a lot to render. So yeah, getting back to the story. I'll come off of autopilot here, and we'll circle. We'll stay out in the coastline here and bring it around. Wait, is it this one we landed on? No, it's the other one. Okay. So we got down to New York, and then I'm like, well, if you got a few more minutes, let's just hop over to New Jersey. You know, it's like 5 minutes right across the harbor there, or Hudson River. So we went over there, and then, you know, they was like, well, we gotta go. So I was like, all right, cool. Now, normally, I stream at 10 o'clock at night, 10 p.m. Eastern. But that particular day, I started streaming at like, I think it was like 2 in the afternoon, right? So we got to Jersey, and everybody was just kind of hanging out, and I'm like, I'm not too far from home, because I was working. I was pretty much, North Carolina was home for me. So I'm like, well, we're not too far. It's still early. I don't have nothing else to do. So I'm like, well, I'll just keep on going for a little bit. So then from there, I think I flew down to, yeah, she's getting a little jittery on me now. So then I flew over to Delaware, I think. And then from Delaware, I shot over to Washington, D.C. And I'm seeing him look, I'm like, man, I'm really not that far away. So I was like, hey, y'all want to go ahead and take this on to the house, or what we doing? They was like, hey, it's up to you. So I said, forget it, let's go. So from D.C., I then went to Maryland, from Maryland to Virginia, and then from Virginia, I brought it on into North Carolina. has a G1000, so a C208 Kodiak 1720. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, see, that's the beautiful thing about sim builds, man. The sky's the limit. However you want to do it. I still have Flight Sim on my Steam wish list. That's my progress so far. Well, I tell you this much. It's kind of hard to really say, because Flight Sim 2020 is rocking solid right now. I mean, 2024 is an amazing platform, but it's still got a lot of work to go to really get that thing to where it needs to be. So, I mean, considering that it's still on your wish list, I would just hold out. And when you're ready to make that move into the Flight Sim community, I would say go ahead and get into 2024. My biggest problem is I'm using a 4080 Acer Predator laptop with only one HDMI. Not sure how to overcome that. New desktop is not in the budget, unfortunately. So depending on I want to say, I think, who was telling me you could probably, they have this new adapter. It's kind of like, have you ever heard of triple head to go? Oh yeah, Eliza. So yeah, I mean, you got FS 2004, you got FSX, you have Flight. Don't ever even think about messing with Flight. That was, I don't know what they was thinking when Flight came out. Then you have FS20, Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, which is what I'm flying. And then you have the newest release, which is Flight Sim 2024. Hey, Jose, how's it going, my man? Alright, let me get this thing slowed down. Where are we at? Winds are... Let me see. I guess we could take runway 28. Where do I want to park it? We'll take runway oh, and you have X-Plane too. Don't forget about X-Plane. Yeah, 2024 is kind of rough. I mean, they're slowly working out the kinks in it, but they still have they got work to do over there. All right, gear is coming down. Yeah, I have 2024 loaded in. I've messed with it a couple times, but I'm gonna leave it alone. It's sitting in the folder. So whenever it gets itself together. Oh, that's right. Prepare 3D. I've never flown Prepare 3D before. I'm trying to figure out how they're still in the run up, to be honest with you. I don't know much about it, so I can't really say much. I guess it's just because, you know, you don't really hear too much about Prepared. So you remember Microsoft Flight 2, that disastrous thing. Also, are you still using SayIntentions? If so, are you a partner, and have you tried the new SkyOps and checklist features? Yes, I'm still using SayIntentions. I've just kind of held back on this particular tour, the Caribbean tour, just because I'm doing a lot of touch and goes, and I don't really feel like being bothered with it. I'm not a partner as of yet. I'm actually working on becoming one. And so with that, to answer the next question, I haven't tried SkyOps yet. Once I get done with the Caribbean tour that I'm doing here, I'll be getting back into SayIntentions and working with them and all that good stuff. SayIntentions is a must in my opinion if you want real ATC without doing vatsim. SayIntentions is amazing. Man, this is a bit. Where are we at? San Juan? It's nice out here. Oh, that's nice. Got some boats out there.
500.
Alright. Gear is down. Flaps are down. We got 8 on the nose right now. 85-ish on approach. So we're still in the green there. I think I see where I want to park. Let's bring it in. Oh, look like we got an airliner. Look like they about to. Is that a 737? Looks like. Is that an Airbus? I can't tell. It might be an Airbus. All right, over the fence. Let's start bringing her out. Oh, dipped a little bit. 75. We're gonna hold it. All right, throttle out. Yes, it is alpha yoke there, keys. I guess we'll get off right here. $8.5 on the landing. I'll take that. All right, flaps coming up. Landing lights off. Strobes are coming off. Busy airport. Increases to 2.5. Oh, okay. I'll take that too. So I have a. Let me turn the camera over here. So if you see behind me, that's just a sheet. Oh, you're trying to race me, huh? Nile Air. It's just a sheet there, keys. So I got my seats. They're on caster wheels, and this just folds up. So when I'm done, I just roll back, fold the sheet up over the top, and that's how I get in and out. I don't know if I want to park like this though. Nope, I don't want to park like this. I'm gonna turn around so y'all can see the aircrafts taxi and take off while I do my checklist. We gonna park like this. All right, brakes are set. I appreciate that, keys. Yeah, like I said, this. Let me see. If I can show you real quick. So as you can see, it's just material that I just have screwed in up top, and it just flops down. Nothing too fancy. Solid 9. Bravo, bravo. Hey, we got Metro Air out here. Whoop whoop. Man, we came in at a good time. We get to see some planes taxi and take off. So for all the, yeah, it's beautiful out here. Current temps out here in San Juan is 15 degrees, which whatever that is in, let me see if I can pull that up real quick on oh, come on. Snowstorms up here in Canada kicking. Yeah, a couple weeks ago we had some snow. We don't really get snow where I'm at, so when we get it, man, you would think that this the apocalypse or something. There you go, taking off. Trying to see what. Sash, you're pretty good at changing or converting temperatures. Yes, Sash, I keep telling you, Accuseason is where it's at, buddy. These clouds is amazing. Let's see. Where we are at TJSJ. Let's get some information here. Let's see what's going on here. So winds are 70 at 14, gusting at 22. Visibility is 9. Few clouds, 24. Now, the weather that I'm reading off is actually real world weather, and what I'm using right now is my Accuseason custom weather. If I was using live weather, it would have been throwing me all over the place, and it beat me up yesterday, so I decided to take a chill pill today. But what I'm reading off is real world weather. So temperatures right now here where I'm at is 25 degrees Celsius, so 77 degrees, so that's beautiful weather. Humidity is 83%, so pretty sticky. Yep. So that is what's going on. And I think that'll be it for me for tonight. Let's see. Yeah, we've been at this thing for about 2 hours now. But the cool thing about it, tomorrow night, like I said, the fun begins because we're really going to hit these islands. These are all the fun islands now. We about to get down and dirty. Later, Sess. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, well, you're streaming tomorrow, aren't you? I thought you were streaming tomorrow. So tomorrow I will be back here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to continue on the Caribbean tour. Okay. Cool. I will definitely stay up to watch that first round for sure. But yep, so if y'all want to check back in with me tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll continue on this journey along the Caribbean islands, hanging out, chit-chatting, doing what we do best. Let me go ahead and get her shut down. All the lights are off. And power off there. And that should do it. I enjoyed you guys this evening. Enjoyed the conversations. And hope to see everybody back tomorrow. If you like this content, if you like the video, the stream, hit that little love button on the right hand corner. Let me know you enjoyed this. And we will continue this thing on tomorrow. This is your boy Cardboard Sim. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Same time zone. Where are you at, Eliza? Oh, nice. Cool. Well, I hope to see you back here tomorrow night, man. And we're gonna continue this thing on. Alright. It's Cardboard Sim. We signing out. Wait. Hold on a second. I'm trying to sign out, but I'll keep getting everybody. Wait, you're in. Where you at? Okay, now I gotta hang out here for a second. Western North Carolina. Where you at? Lake Lure. Where's that at? Give me a city. Oh, near Asheville. So you're about Asheville. You're about 5 hours from me. Cause I know Charlotte is 4 hours from me. So yeah, I think you're about. Yeah, I think you're like 5 hours. Cause Asheville, you're up in the mountains. Oak Island for us, where we go stay. Okay, cool. I'm out here at Oh, I was greasing them tonight, Glenn. I appreciate it. And I got everybody to vouch for me. I was buttering all these landings today. I'm in Jacksonville. I'm right here on the coast. You know Camp Lejeune Marine Corps Base. If you know where that's at, that's where I'm chilling at. Yep. That's where I'm at. There's actually somebody, I can't remember his name. There's another guy that hangs out in the chat sometimes. He's an hour away from. He's down in Wilmington. So we're actually building a nice little network here in North Carolina. That's pretty sweet. Yes, sir. The Eastern Gang. So that's cool, man. That's cool to hear. One of these days, man, I don't know when. It probably won't be no time soon, because season for me about to kick off here pretty hard, and I'm gonna be wide open. But yes, you are, Jose. You are very far. Where are you at? Wait a minute. You in the DR, right? No, Mexico. Whoa. No, okay. You're... Okay, so you're in Tijuana, Mexico. Juan is in the DR, I think. Because we was talking about it yesterday, because that's where I ended up landing yesterday. That's crazy. Tijuana. That's awesome. Well, that's the beautiful thing about technology and the internet, man. It's always good to be able to link up and hang out with like-minded individuals who share the same interests from all over the world. You know, that's a beautiful thing. And I enjoy it. I love meeting people from all over the world, and you know, just hanging out, talking about life, and enjoying what we all came here to do. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the night, y'all. I gotta find me something to eat. I'm a little hungry. We live in an awesome age for sure. Has its negatives, but man, we get to do this too. Yeah, man, we do. So I'm shutting it down, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I will see y'all tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern, right back in here in Cardboard Sim, and we can go hit some more islands up tomorrow. Cardboard Sim, and this time we're signing out.